James is Here presents Wooden Sodor, Episode 15, The First Troublesome Trucks. James was still cross after the accident he had with some paint. He had thought that everyone wouldn't recognize him, but everyone did. And even though James had finished all of his jobs, part of the punishment was that he had to spend the whole day with his new paintwork. Soon, Edward puffed up. He was one of the only engines on Sodor who hadn't seen James's new coat yet. James, what happened to your paint? James didn't want Edward to think it was him. It's not me! James, I know it's you. I could tell by your raspy voice, Edward said calmly. And anyways, I'm not here to make fun of you. I'm just here asking a question. What happened to your paint? Said James. I had a little mishap with some paint and a truck. I took some paint that I thought was mine, and then I backed up and bashed into some buffers, and it spilled all over me. Man, trucks are so dumb. Well, technically, said Edward, it wasn't the truck's fault. It was your fault. Yeah, I guess you're right. Well, James, weren't always troublesome. They weren't? Said James. Yeah, said Edward. They used to be really nice. How did they become troublesome? Oh, it's a long story. Oh, please, Edward, do tell, said James. All right, said Edward, and he started to tell his story. Before you were on Sodor, there was an engine that would always cause trouble. He didn't really have a name, but we just called him the Red Engine. He's red like me? Cool, said James. James, you're not red, you're yellow and black. Shut up, said James. I will if you let me continue the story. Yes, continue, please. Thank you. One day, Sir Topham had asked me to tell him to pull some trucks. They were actually the exact same 3 trucks you have right now. Really? They've been working here this long? Wow, you trucks are old. Hey, said Scruffy, shut up. Anyways, like I said, this engine was very troublesome. I don't want to pull the trucks, he said. Well, you have to, I said. It's Sir Topham Hatt's orders. Fine, he said, and he puffed away. The trucks were being nice as usual. You know, it's kind of weird when you say nice as usual because of their history with being bad. Can you please stop interrupting? Sorry. Anyways. But then this is what caused the steady trend of them being naughty. Along the trip, the Red Engine kept bumping the trucks. Ow, said Scruffy. Stop bumping us. And then the Red Engine said the fatal words. No, if you don't want me to bump you, then bump me yourself. The trucks had a realization in their mind. Yeah, let's bump them back. And then the trucks bumped them right off the track. Soon, Sir Topham Hatt sent the Red Engine away, and he never returned. But the trucks stayed troublesome forever. Wow, that's an interesting story. Anyways, said James, I gotta go. Can you shut these trucks in their sidings for me, Edward? Sure, James, responded Edward kindly. Thank you, sighed James, and he uncoupled from his trucks and went to go have a rest at the sheds. Edward went up to go shunt the trucks. After the trucks were in the correct sidings, they decided to have a rest as well. Finally, Edward went back to the sheds to have a rest. The 2 were the only engines at the sheds, so they chattered and chattered until they both fell asleep.